Could you give us your name? Both your names. I know there's two of you here because we heard you. The Church of St Mary's in Fulmerston, a mere 5 miles east of Fakenham, sits upon the end of a dirt track and from the outside looks to be nothing more than an outcrop of trees. Lying within are the ruins of an 11th century church built in 1066 and recorded in the Domesday Book, and was once the seat of the village parish. Built in 2 phases, it features a flint-faced tower erected in 1450, tracery and adornments, battlemented parapets and lancet windows, all characteristics of the early medieval period. Little remains of it today. The nave and chancel a hollowed out husk, its roof long since burned down. Early records list the marriage of Thomas Davy and Mary Hewitt on October 18, 1754, the first of 182 such weddings officiated at the church between then and 1837. Ultimately, St Mary's was abandoned in 1882 when the Christ Church was built to replace both St Mary's and St John's in nearby Croxton. Nowadays, it is quiet and still, overgrown with roots and buds, a relic of the past, as with many other churches. There are a few local legends associated with the church, such as a coffin that was never buried and still lying beneath the rubble. It is said the occupants haunt the ruins. There have also been reported sightings of Black Shuck, the demon hound, near the site. The place is frequented by walkers. St Mary's ivy camouflage means that it is often overlooked. But in August 2005, a group of walkers noticed the church and decided to take a closer look. However, someone or something wasn't in the mood for welcoming visitors. Unperturbed by the fact that one of the walkers' dogs refused point blank to even approach the ruined tower of the church, the group picked their way through the brambles and began to explore, only to be met by a strange white mist and an overpowering smell of sulphur. As the walking party went to leave the ruins, voices were heard and a spectral figure was seen moving around on the top of the tower, even though the floors upon which it would have stood had long since rotted and crumbled away. You may remember we have looked into this church before.
We're at a church ruin, St Mary's in Fulmerston.
And that we discovered the ghost of 2 or maybe 3 residents through the voices we recorded. That of an elderly lady.
Around the outside?
Yeah.
Stick to the path though. I'm not going around any vines and stuff that's going to trip me over.
And 1 or maybe 2 separate younger sounding females.
Put it there. Can you throw something to let us know you're up there if you're too frightened to come down? Throw a stone? Piece of mud?
We had the impression that the elderly lady was being quite protective towards either one or both of them, if there are indeed 2. So on this occasion, myself and this time Sarah, several years later, came back to try and find any more evidence of spiritual activity, audibly or physically. Imagine how wealthy them people must have been to have a slab like that.
Yeah, with all that carving off, that must be their crest of arms.
A crest, yeah.
Was he lord of the manor or something? Real life, the body of John B. Bowler. Jen, is that Jen? Is that a G? G?
Gent, son of
Right. Riches.
or Riche, maybe Riche.
Yeah. See, that says evil, doesn't it? No, it's an F, isn't it? F. That's an F, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like that spells evil, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were used when they were... What was that? I think they were used when they were building.
Fade is quite a bit, isn't it?
I've heard a train in the distance, which I haven't heard of before. I've just heard a woman's voice and I was talking over it accidentally.
There was no train.
Heard a woman's voice. Definitely did then.
It's got the recorder.
Recorder's on. They always tend to speak when you're talking, don't they?
Because that's what they do though, isn't it? You said that in the past.
Yeah. Well, we're in the chancel.
Yes. And the headache's getting worse.
Is it?
Yeah.
We're calling out to any spirits that you appreciate that we're here. Are we making you angry at all by being here?
We don't mean to make you angry. We just enjoy coming to places like this.
Ooh, I'm getting one now.
Told ya.
No, I mean, there's no reason for me to have... I haven't had a headache all the time I've been here. And I've got a bit of a headache on the right hand side.
Is it like pressure? Mine's pressure.
Is yours on the right or the left?
Mine's right across.
Oh, okay, mine's right.
I don't think they like us being here.
Do you think we got anything then?
Yes. How's your head?
Yeah, it's gone now. Come away from that.
Yeah, mine's better.
Right, I'm going to have a little look up there. I'm going to take the microphone with me as well. Stick it to night vision. So I'll switch this on. Just going to call out from here. Okay, I'm calling out to any spirit that might be inside this tower. Are you an elderly lady? My stomach. Are you looking after a young lady, a young girl? The tower's a fair old way up, so I'm not feeling too confident going up there. The building's in quite a state, to be honest. I suppose it's fairly solid in here, but the steps are still covered in bits of twigs and things like that, and the steps are quite small, showing the size of people in them days. And I've got size 11 shoes on, and I'm worried about going to slip off. Could you give us your name? Both your names. I know there's two of you here because we heard you a long time ago. We're not here to trick you or anything like that. We just want to talk to you, that's all. Right, I'm going to leave the recorder in the corner there for now. Might pick something up. Do you fancy walking around the outside?
Yeah, why not?
So it's just farmland. All around this old ruin. You have to go down a bit of a dirt track to get here. Well off the beaten track.
There's a schoolmaster over there.
A schoolmaster?
That's what it says. For 14 years, a schoolmaster.
Of the parish? Oh, right, yeah. For 14 years, schoolmaster of this parish, born 13th, 1841. So he died around in his 50s then. Right behind it is a hole. What do you think dug a hole that big? That's got to be about a foot up, foot wide, all the way around.
Why is there a hole there?
I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, badger.
Oh, wow.
It's well used as well. Shall we look on the other side? These make brilliant photographs, wouldn't they? I'd say most of the time you're going to find a
Daughter
Sarah.
of Robert and Sarah Fowler.
1840. That's older than the one at the back there.
Age 26 years.
Sarah Fairday. Someone's put a stone on there. What is this one you're reading? There's a lot of Sarahs here.
No, it's this one. I'm reading that. Say here where their son is now. Mary, their daughter, who died. Oh no, she was only 5 years old.
That one?
Yeah. Does that say 5 years at the bottom?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my God, she's only 5. Look at that one. That one says 6 beloved children of Thomas and Hannah Westby died in 1 week.
A scarlet fever?
1 week died of scarlet fever.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing. What's that say? Elizabeth, John, Harriet, Thomas, William, Mary, Anne. Oh my God.
Between approximately 1820 and 1880, there was a world pandemic of scarlet fever, and several severe epidemics occurred in Europe and North America. It was also during this time that most physicians and those attending the sick were becoming well attuned to the diagnosis of scarlet fever or scarlatina. When an outbreak occurs, symptoms can vary widely within the population or even within the same family, ranging from asymptomatic individual carriers to acute rheumatic fever and severe tissue infections. So they've got some space there.
6 beloved children of Thomas and Hannah.
There's some very young people buried here.
Yeah, 26, 19,
I wonder if that might be the spirit of what we heard when we was last here. Sound like a young girl. Got a Sarah Ann here.
Yeah,
Robert and Sarah Farrow.
Robert and Sarah Farrow, which are the ones that are over there.
I think it's Farrow, not Farrow.
19, and then that's daughter Mary, who
Right.
was 5.
That's so rare to actually find a stone telling you what they died of,
Yeah,
especially one as early as that.
that is like 6 beloved, 6 children.
Yeah,
To lose them all
in weeks.
in 1 week.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it?
That's horrible. To lose one, but to lose 6. That's heart-wrenching. January is 8. So 8 years, 11, 6. I can't read what the rest is.
No, that route's in the way. What is that there? Are they skulls? I didn't notice that before. They're skulls and bones, aren't they?
Yes. Did you look at the gravestones when you came before?
Not really, no. We was concentrating on the inside of the church. We did a walk around, but it's very brief. Jenny was getting problems with the ground anyway, so I'd be a bit careful.
It's an unusual name, isn't it? Fanny. So she was named after her mum. But don't you think the stones tell you what the history of it, the who died, you know? Who,
Well, you don't normally find that. You're lucky if you find that sort of thing.
I mean, look at the detail on that.
Yeah.
Cost a bit.
Well, say it's only the wealthy could afford that sort of thing. Poor people just buried them.
They just buried them as they were because they couldn't afford to.
Yeah. So really, you're looking at these gravestones, a lot of them are just from wealthy people. Here's someone who could just about afford to have a stone. Very basic stone. Someone who could just about afford it.
My name's Sarah.
My name's Dean.
When you was up the tower,
Yeah.
There was a really cold spell and the wind came. Like it was, like, you know, and one of the trees was blown about, but the rest of them was silent still.
Yeah, I noticed that through the archway.
Yeah, and then when I walked out here, it was as still as anything.
It's weird, isn't it?
And I kept walking back and thinking, I'm just imagining this. It can't be, because everything out here was as still as anything.
Well, you see, there's nothing moving about now.
No, but when you go in that bit, it's
Right.
really cold and windy.
Let's experiment. We'll go through this way.
I think it makes my imagination.
No, it's not. It was playing a bit of havoc with the microphone. So the wind kicked up about here.
Yeah, as you was up there talking to the young old lady and young, I was standing in there, and I'm telling you, there was a breeze. And I kept coming out here thinking, well, it's not happening out here, but when you went back in there, it was really cold.
Yeah, there's a breeze here, isn't there? Could be something to do with the tower, though.
That's what I was thinking. Then I kept looking
Acting
up
like a
thinking,
chimney.
Maybe it's the tower.
Yeah.
Because if you stand here, it feels really cold.
Yeah. So what do you think then? It's a little bit sad.
It's a sad, it's sad because of the gravestones. I feel it's sad with those 6 children dying. But it also...
Do you think it might be the spirits of those children are here?
Yeah, I think so.
Or it could be that they're wherever they lived. Or they just passed on. And also I wonder if there's actually any spirits in the tower. Which we did record last time, 5 years ago.
No, I think it's a special place.
It is a special place. Off the beaten track, not many people know about it.
No.
A little bit of a problem to find, but once you know the way, you're okay.
What have you done? You've never been here at night?
Nah,
So you could pick anything up?
probably would. Probably bustling at night, I'd say. I shouldn't really stand under here because something could fall down from there.
It's not looking very safe.
And I could be a resident of this place in the afterlife. I don't think I want to be.
No, I don't want you to be neither.
We pack up the equipment and start to make our way back to the car. During the short trip back, we record several EVPs or spirit voices with the sound recorder. The camera fails to pick up on these. We will show what we think was said. My core is hot.
Yes. Well, it could be them affecting you.
No.
This is where you belong.
Don't belong.